Japan is arming itself like it never has before.
This Japanese vessel was originally a helicopter carrier, but it's now been converted into an aircraft carrier. Part of the reason for that upgrade, Chinese intimidation efforts in the South China Sea, a concern to the U.S. and its allies like Japan.
A Chinese aircraft carrier flanked by 4 destroyers and a fast combat support ship was spotted alarmingly close to a Japanese island.
If you look at the region and you want to project deterrence, you want to ensure the security of America's interests, it's better to have allies, because remember, in this area and region, we have a lot of allies and China does not.
What if I told you Japan's military is testing weapons straight out of science fiction? While the world focuses on China's military buildup, Tokyo has quietly begun testing electromagnetic railguns capable of launching projectiles at hypersonic speeds without explosives. This video examines leaked footage of Japan's JS Asuka conducting these revolutionary tests. Like a silent lightning strike reshaping the Pacific's strategic landscape, these railguns could transform naval warfare with ranges potentially 20 times greater than conventional weapons. Facing growing regional tensions and territorial disputes, Japan's pursuit of advanced defensive technology represents its most significant military transformation since World War II, a direct response to the changing security dynamics in East Asia.
Japan's railgun revolution, redefining naval warfare.
Aboard the JS Asuka, Japan's maritime engineers are silently revolutionizing naval warfare. The unassuming experimental vessel has become ground zero for Tokyo's most ambitious military advancement in decades: electromagnetic railgun technology that fundamentally alters the calculus of naval power projection across the Pacific theater. Unlike conventional naval weapons that rely on chemical explosives to propel projectiles, Japan's railgun system harnesses pure electromagnetic force, generating velocities that conventional artillery systems can only dream of achieving. The science behind the railgun is both elegant and brutal. 2 parallel conductive rails connected to a power source create an intense electromagnetic field. When a conductive projectile bridges these rails, it experiences the Lorentz force, accelerating it to speeds exceeding Mach 7, over 8,500 kilometers per hour. This tremendous velocity transforms the projectile into a hypersonic sledgehammer, delivering devastating kinetic energy upon impact through sheer momentum rather than chemical detonation, reshaping the fundamental nature of naval engagements. Japan's procurement technology and logistics agency has prioritized the accelerated development of this technology, pushing for early practical use, despite formidable technical obstacles. This urgency reflects Tokyo's growing awareness of shifting power dynamics in the region and the need for asymmetric advantages against numerically superior naval forces. The strategic implications transform naval warfare calculus. While conventional naval guns typically achieve ranges of 20 to 30 kilometers, Japan's railgun promises to extend strike capabilities by a factor of 20, potentially allowing engagement of targets hundreds of kilometers distant at a fraction of missile costs. This extended range permits Japanese vessels to engage adversaries from positions well beyond the reach of conventional return fire. Railgun technology eliminates a persistent vulnerability in naval warfare: the storage of high-explosive munitions aboard warships. The electromagnetic propulsion system and kinetic kill mechanism enhance vessel survivability while simultaneously extending offensive reach. Defensive calculations become exponentially more complex against this technology. Railgun projectiles' hypersonic velocities compress reaction times to mere seconds, while their small radar cross-section and lack of heat signature make them exceptionally difficult to detect and track, creating a nearly indefensible threat. Significant engineering challenges remain. The massive electrical current required generates extreme heat and electromagnetic stress that degrades materials rapidly. Power generation requirements far exceed conventional naval vessels' capabilities, necessitating purpose-built systems that fundamentally change ship design parameters. Japanese engineers tackle these issues through advanced material science, developing composite components capable of withstanding extreme conditions. Japan's commitment to overcoming these obstacles signals a strategic reorientation in Tokyo's approach to maritime security. In the face of growing regional assertiveness from multiple naval powers, Japan is pioneering capabilities that maximize defensive impact while working within its constitutional and resource constraints. The railgun embodies this philosophy, a defensive weapon with sufficient offensive capability to create effective deterrence.
Strategic missile deployments, Japan's extended reach.
While Japan develops advanced railgun technology at sea, a parallel strategic transformation is unfolding on land. In Kyushu, Japan's southwestern island situated at the convergence of territorial waters and contested shipping lanes, the Japanese government is preparing to position its upgraded Type 12 anti-ship missile system, a decision that reverberates throughout the Indo-Pacific security architecture. The enhanced Type 12 represents a quantum leap in Japan's strike capabilities. Originally designed for coastal defense with limited range, the upgraded system now boasts an operational reach exceeding 1,000 kilometers, with future modifications expected to extend this to 1,200 kilometers. This dramatic enhancement transforms a purely defensive weapon into a strategic asset capable of targeting naval vessels and facilities along both Chinese and North Korean coastlines, fundamentally altering power projections throughout the region. The Type 12's formidable nature stems from its technological sophistication. Engineers have substantially reduced the missile's radar cross-section, enhancing its stealth capabilities and making it difficult to detect and intercept. Advanced guidance systems enable precise targeting of enemy ships and nearshore facilities, creating a powerful deterrent against potential aggression in contested waters. Japan's strategic thinking reveals itself in the missile deployment location. Despite Okinawa's closer proximity to Taiwan and potential flashpoints in the East China Sea, Japanese defense planners deliberately selected Kyushu instead. This calculated decision resembles a chess player sacrificing immediate tactical advantage for long-term strategic positioning, enhancing defensive capabilities while avoiding direct provocations toward Beijing. The deployment of the Type 12 missiles is designed to strengthen the security of Japan's southwestern island chain, which plays a critical role in Japan's defense strategy against possible regional aggression, according to defense analysts familiar with the program. The strategic positioning allows Japan to project power and protect vital shipping routes while maintaining diplomatic flexibility. The deployment timeline, set to commence after March 2026, will synchronize with broader military modernization initiatives outlined in recent defense budgets, forming one coherent transformation of Japan's defense posture rather than isolated upgrades. Kyushu's strategic importance extends beyond geographic location. Its proximity to the Nani Islands creates an important buffer zone against potential threats, while enabling monitoring of maritime traffic in contested waters. From this vantage point, Japan's enhanced missiles can cover critical areas of the East China Sea and potential conflict zones, creating an expanded defensive perimeter that alters regional security calculations. By choosing the slightly more distant Kyushu over Okinawa, Japanese officials demonstrate awareness of regional sensitivities while achieving core defensive objectives. This missile deployment represents a crucial component in Japan's evolving response to regional security challenges, significantly improving the country's ability to address emerging threats throughout the Indo-Pacific region as part of its comprehensive military modernization strategy.
Geopolitical calculus, responding to multi-directional threats.
For the first time in its modern history, Japan finds itself facing a security predicament that few nations have ever experienced: simultaneous military threats from three nuclear powers, each approaching from different directions. This extraordinary circumstance has catalyzed a profound reconfiguration of Japan's defense posture, one that transcends the technological advancements represented by railguns and missile deployments. What we're witnessing is a fundamental reconceptualization of Japanese strategic thinking, driven by an unprecedented convergence of geopolitical pressures. The constraints that have defined Japan's military capabilities since 1945 are eroding rapidly against this tripartite threat matrix. Tokyo can no longer rely solely on American security guarantees as it has for 7 decades. This shift signals a decisive break from post-war defense orthodoxy as Japan establishes independent deterrence capabilities against qualitatively different adversaries. International partnerships have become increasingly vital components of Japan's security architecture. While the alliance with the United States remains the cornerstone of Japanese defense policy, Tokyo is diversifying its relationships, establishing new partnerships with European nations, including Norway. These connections provide access to advanced military technologies and create opportunities for joint development initiatives. Each nuclear power presents unique challenges requiring specialized responses. China's growing assertiveness in the East China Sea endangers Japan's vital maritime arteries that sustain the Japanese economy. Beijing's territorial claims have forced defense planners to prioritize southwestern approaches, as evidenced by recent deployments to Ishigaki Island, just 220 kilometers from Taiwan. Russian military activities around the disputed Kuril Islands create a second vector of concern with expanded naval operations and airspace violations along Japan's northern perimeter. Meanwhile, North Korean missile tests transiting Japanese airspace represent tangible threats requiring sophisticated early warning networks beyond current capabilities. When a North Korean missile flew over Hokkaido in 2017, millions of Japanese citizens received emergency alerts on their phones, a stark reminder of vulnerability that shapes public support for defense transformation. Japan's response extends beyond hardware acquisitions. Critical organizational transformations include establishing a joint command structure designed to enhance operational planning across previously siloed military branches. Japan also focuses on force resilience, adapting civilian infrastructure, such as commercial ports for military utilization during crises. The deployment locations for enhanced defensive systems reflect careful strategic calculus. Each placement decision sends diplomatic signals while establishing defensive thresholds that potential adversaries must consider in their planning. This transformation raises profound questions about regional stability. Will Japan's enhanced capabilities serve as effective deterrents, reducing conflict likelihood? Or might they accelerate a regional arms race with unpredictable consequences? The answers remain uncertain, but Japan's military evolution will significantly influence security architecture throughout the Indo-Pacific, potentially reshaping alliance structures across multiple nations. Japan's military metamorphosis marks a pivotal moment in Asian geopolitics. What we're witnessing is a fundamental recalibration of power dynamics that reverberates far beyond Japan's shores. This strategic evolution presents a double-edged sword for regional stability. Japan's enhanced capabilities could serve as a powerful deterrent against potential aggressors, discouraging hostile actions from China, Russia, and North Korea. However, these advancements risk triggering an arms race that could destabilize the entire region. The transformation reflects Japan's response to mounting territorial threats, a calculated shift toward a more assertive regional security role. As this new dawn breaks in Asia's security landscape, one question remains: can equilibrium be maintained?